The wind howled through the dense forest of the Pine Barrens, its mournful cry echoing like a warning through the twisting trees. The air was thick with the scent of pine and damp earth, a pungent reminder of the wild, untamed nature of this place. In the heart of this wilderness, where the shadows seem to move with a life of their own, a legend has been born. A legend that had haunted the people of southern New Jersey for generations. They called it the Jersey Devil, a creature of nightmares that defied explanation. And tonight, that legend was about to come to life once more. It was a stormy night in the year 1735. The wind tore at the shutters of a small, weathered cabin nestled deep in the forest, rattling the fragile structure like the bones of some long-forgotten beast. Inside, the air was thick with tension, the flickering light of a single candle casting eerie shadows on the walls. Deborah Leeds, known to the locals as Mother Leeds, lay in the throes of labor. She was a strong woman hardened by the harsh life of the Pine Barrens, but tonight, fear had taken a hold of her heart. This was her 13th child, and the weight of the curse she had spoken in anger so many months ago now pressed down on her like a suffocating shroud. As the midwife mopped her brow and whispered soothing words, Deborah's thoughts were a whirlwind of dread. She remembered the day she had cursed this unborn child, her voice thick with bitterness and exhaustion. "Let this one be the devil," she had spat, never truly believing her words would take root in the dark soil of fate. But now, as the storm outside raged with almost a sentient fury, she felt the truth of those words burrowing into her soul. The birth was swift, as the child was eager to escape the womb and enter the world. But what emerged was not the child of her hopes or even her darkest fears. What emerged was something far worse. The midwife recoiled, a scream dying in her throat as she stared at the creature that had just been born. The thing that lay in the blood-soaked sheets was not human. Not anymore. Before their eyes, the infant twisted and writhed, its form warping into something grotesque and unholy. Wings sprouted from its back, leathery and bat-like, as its hands and feet twisted into cloven hooves. Its head elongated, taking the shape of a horse or perhaps a goat. And from its mouth erupted a shriek that seemed to tear at the very fabric of reality. Deborah's eyes widened in horror as the creature, the thing that had once been her child, turned its burning red eyes on her. For a moment, it seemed as if time itself had stopped, the storm outside growing silent as if the world was holding its breath. Then, with a scream that would echo through the ages, the creature lashed out, slashing at the midwife with claws that had grown from its once human hands. The woman crumpled to the floor, her blood pooling on the rough wooden planks. The creature, now fully formed, spread its wings and with a powerful leap flew up the chimney, leaving the cabin in shambles and Deborah Leeds in a state of frozen terror. Outside, the storm resumed its ferocity, but it was now accompanied by something else. A high-pitched wail that echoed through the forest, a sound that would be remembered by those who heard it as the cry of the Jersey Devil. The story of that night spread quickly through the Pine Barrens, whispered in hushed tones around campfires and in taverns. The Leeds family, already controversial in the area due to Daniel Leeds' support of the British Crown and his feud with the local Quakers, became the subject of dark rumors. The once quiet family now cursed, their name forever entwined with the creature that had led flight into the night. As the years passed, sightings of the Jersey Devil became more frequent. Travelers through the Pine Barrens would report glimpses of a winged beast flitting between the trees, its glowing red eyes piercing the darkness. Livestock was found mutilated, strange footprints pressed into the soft earth, and eerie, unearthly sounds filled the night air. The legend grew, fueled by fear and the unknown, each sighting adding another layer to the myth. In the early 1800s, Joseph Bonaparte, the elder brother of Napoleon Bonaparte, was said to have had an encounter with the creature while hunting in the forest near Bordentown, New Jersey. He described it as a horrifying amalgamation of creatures: dragon-like head, a horse's body, bat-like wings. The sighting by such a prominent figure only added to the creature's notoriety, and soon the Jersey Devil was a household name, a tale parents would tell to their children to keep them inside after dark. Then came the infamous week of January 1909, when the Jersey Devil seemed to be everywhere at once. For 7 days, the newspapers were filled with reports of the creatures terrorizing the area. It attacked a trolley car in Haddon Heights, leaving the passengers in a state of panic. It was seen by police officers in Camden, who swore they fired at it with no effect. Schools closed, businesses shuttered, and the entire region was gripped by a fear that bordered on hysteria. Some claimed it was all a hoax, a mass delusion fueled by the fevered imagination of a frightened populace, but those who had seen the creature knew better. They knew the devil was real. As the decades passed, the sightings became less frequent, but the legend never died. The Pine Barrens remained a place of mystery and fear, a wilderness where the Jersey Devil was said to still roam, its eyes glowing like embers in the night. Those brave enough to venture into the Barrens after dark often returned with tales of strange noises, fleeting shadows, and an overwhelming sense of being watched. And so, the legend endures, a chilling reminder of the dark power of curses, the wildness of the Pine Barrens, and the creatures that may yet dwell in the forgotten corners of the world. Whether the Jersey Devil is a real entity, a figment of imagination, or something in between, it continues to captivate and terrify, ensuring its place in the annals of American folklore for generations to come. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. To stay updated with future content, consider subscribing to the channel. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to leave me a comment below. Let's keep this conversation going. Until next time, take care and keep exploring.